Hi. Hey, hello, hello. What's up, everyone? Yeah, I know. I heard about the beard already. I hope everybody's doing well. Hey, you know what? I want to first give you props to the people who always keep me in your heart. So you guys who reached out and got in touch with me. I appreciate you. And I'm so sorry I've been gone for long. I'm telling you, it's just been hectic. Um, I'm still fighting for us though. So we want you to keep hanging in there. I'm gonna tell you. Oh boy. Um, my reason really for laying off is I've been moving. Actually, I told a lot of people I was supposed to get into a studio. I really have to fight to get to this particular place here, and you have to be on a list. You have to know all your income and all that crap like that. But we're here, still unpacking, so I won't be on so long. But okay, so since I have you here, what I want to tell you is this. First of all, let me give props to a couple of people. Mona, Shifting Soil, thank you, dear heart. Luscious Journey, good to hear from you. Poppy Pablo, and First Magnum. First Magnum, I'm going to get back up here and do my videos more. Right now, I'm shooting for maybe twice a week or 3 times a week. But I got some information I want to tell you about, if you get your rate increase. So, um, we talk about here. Well, first of all, let me say this here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every one of you. I appreciate you so very much for supporting the brother. Patty J, appreciate you out there, dear heart. Um, yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. So, for coming out and supporting the brother. We're here. I'm always here. We're going to be talking about trying to get your benefits and get your money up, right? We want that money up. Uh, Okay, so we're always fighting for you on that end. We want your benefits because your benefits equal money. And when you're on here, hey, what's up there? How you doing? Spoon in the sunshine, Homestead. Hey, how are you? So good to have you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me for a minute here. Yeah, I'm just gonna be on a second because I'm still unpacking, guys. But I want to give you some information. Okay, so honestly, what I have been going through for the last couple of months is a lot of politics. And that politics is even basically even talking about how you're living. Hey, Patty J, I got you, dear heart. How you're living around you and everything. Let me tell you this. When the time is right, when the money market gets right out here, go and start do your investments, get your home, try to get you property. I say this because when you're renting, I'm a renter now. When you get older, whatever, based on if you don't have to, if you don't want a property, I can understand that. Doing the maintenance and all that stuff there. Brian Turner's up in the house. How you doing? Good to see you as well, man. Good evening, my old friend. That's been a while. Yeah, yes. I'm doing well. Thank you, my brother, and thank you for your blessings, man. I really appreciate you for that. Yeah, I've been. One thing I would tell you is, okay, so I wrote a list down because I will get to talking about any and everything. Take care of yourself. You are important. You hear me? I want you to understand that mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay. Now, I talk about politics a little, but I don't talk about it as Republican, Democrat. I don't, that's whatever you choose. We're talking about the final outcome of things. Okay. So when you're dealing with the DAV or the VA, any of those veteran organizations has a political hierarchy what they roll with. Now I'm gonna give you some good examples here. And oh, right on. I want to give me that. He said I graduated in May with my MBA. Right on, brother. Congratulations to you, man. I'm telling you. Right on. That is props, man. I want to get a GS job. Who do I need to talk to? Okay, so if you want a GS job, I would tell you this. Go to the Work Source Center. They call it a Work Source. I'm pretty sure it's all of it used to be Employment Center, but go to the Work Source for veterans. Okay, and let them know what your degree is and what it is into. Okay, and also what you want to know too with getting a GS job, the government has a different, every company has a different way of filling out the resume or the application. So when you get that, if you go to the VA or the Work Source and tell them what you're looking for, they will help you and ask them, what specifically do I need to pay attention for? How do I fill out this government form? What do they look for? And they should be able to give you what do you call it? A copy, something that says it's just like they want you to fill out. So yeah, go to those guys first. Because they will work hard for you. Let me tell you, they will work hard for you. I'm doing a Social Security thing right now, and one of the guys that works at the Work Resources, he says, "Oh man," he goes, "Go through it." He says, "Keep in touch with me. Tell me what's going on. I've been with these guys for 25 years. I know the ins and outs and ups and downs." So that's what you want to do. Is go to the Work Resource Center for veterans, and just Google them up, and you'll find them on a Google Maps somewhere near it. I got to go to one too soon myself. But yeah, I recommend, especially with what you got going on, my brother. Much props to you again, man, for putting your head down and getting it to there, brother. That is so much props, man. That's to you, Brian Turner. Yes, sir. It's down in the street from me, actually. Right on. Beautiful. Yeah. And one thing they do have too, and they may have it for you, is do they have a workshop that they do on how to fill out that particular form and what other so you got the GS and you have your copy of your DD 214, which gets you the veterans preference. So you did definitely ask them as well, what other documents do I need with this application? Do I need to add any more documents? What are the special work points that I need to get? Yeah, get with those guys, my brother. I think they would do you a world of good. And when you do, just let me know how well they work for you and what you were able to get accomplished with those guys. Because I say this, I've always told people, use the free sources. You can go to VFW, DAV, and hopefully get some of your answers. Now, I have to come back on that statement just a little bit because it's picking teeth. And the reason why I'm gonna show you this real quick. All right, and this is what I've been trying to get a hold of DAV for the last week, right? And so this is what they say. Let me see. I'm gonna go read some calls here. I want you to hear this here, okay? So this is the recording you hear all the time. All right, come on, turn it up. Oh, come on.
Hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday.
Let me start it over. Check this out. Because I call these guys all day, and this is a constant recorded, constant playing. Nobody picks up the phone. So this is why I say I'm gonna let you listen to this again. Here you go.
Hello, you have reached the Seattle DAV National Service Office. Hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right. So this is I always say it's kind of like a game that they play. I don't know if it is or whatever. I don't understand it, but I've been calling them for like the last 3 or 4 days. With the exception of weekends. And I don't get anybody. Okay. And then the thing is too, and I tell people this now, whatever organization you go to, except if you're deciding to pay somebody to do it, then you really still keep your ear to the ground on that. Okay. And pay attention, because these people out here, I always started going to the DAV or the VFW or the VA. The thing is, you have to find that right person, and you have to know about your case. Okay. Now, I took an L. I lost my special monthly compensation rate. That was an extra $300 a month. And that's because, and I want you to understand this, I did it to myself. All right. When you go into the hospital, they'll look at your particular body, which is my feet, and they go, wow, these are kind of rough, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm making all other kind of excuses for it. But I'm not blaming it on where the blame should be. And that's on because I have neuropathy in my feet. My nerves are damaged in my feet. Okay. So now what I want you to understand, and this is not, no way I tell you to do anything illegal, but I want you to understand this. And that's why you get your own doctor. And if your other doctor is rolling with you and you're working together with each other, then you get your nexus letter from him or her. And then you will get, it will go along with your claim. All right. Now, the thing is, even with calling the DAV, which we have here's the regional office downtown Seattle, you're going to have to know something about your case and not let these people talk to you like you're crazy. And like I said, I just should let you listen to the recording. This is the same recording I've been getting all day yesterday, all the way through this week. And that's when nobody's there to help me with this question. Now, this is what the question is going to be about. I want you to pay attention, guys and girls. Okay, so I'm 100% disabled PTIU. total permanent, individual unemployable. And the thing is this. Let me see. Oh, the PAC Act. Yeah, we'll get to that too. Yeah, good question. Good question. Good question. Okay, so the thing is, when you are, what I did, I said, oh, this is telling the nurse what was up. Now, I want you to understand this. Every time you talk to the VA, remember this. I always say it like the police. Anything you say or do can be used against you in the court of law. So if you go in, you got this problem going on, look it up, research it on your Google, and talk with their the DAV if they're going to help you file a claim. Now, like I say, I do not recommend that anybody files a claim on their own. You better be very versed in that activity. And the reason why is because we're going to get you a question real quick, my brother. I haven't forgot about you. Thank you for your patience. Is that when you start doing a little research and you talk to people, like in my example, I called and I was talking with this guy about this special monthly compensation, SMC. And the first thing the DAB guy got up on the phone and says, you are not individual unemployable. But now what I found out is through the VNRE, if you get a rate increase, you are eligible for VNRE Chapter 31. That means a little bit more than what the GI Bill is. Okay, so once you get the rate increase, they told me, well, you're individual unemployable, and if we send you to school, it's going to take that off of you. Now, for me, I don't think it would matter because the IU, it doesn't affect my 100%. But see, that's the thing I want you to be concerned about. If you go and try to file a claim by yourself, they are going to come at you because you're going to have to go in. And so like my hands and feet, or my feet and my PTSD, they will send you to an evaluator. Some evaluators don't even look at your feet, look at your hands. I've seen it. And they will tell you, ask you questions, right? And you better come up with the right answers, pretty much so. But there are some sheets on the va.gov that you can look and see what these questions are going to be and how they pertain to you. But the thing is, you take a risk at losing your percentage level rating if you go in there trying to claim. So if you're at 100%, like I am, I say stay at the 100%, chill out, and don't worry about it. But if you have a special monthly compensation that will not affect your 100%, then go file for it. Okay, so I lost my special monthly compensation rating because I was having this problem and I didn't really state it well when I went to my medical doctors. All right, so they looking at my medical file and go, well, we don't see nothing pertaining to what you're talking about. So boom. Now understand is if you have injuries as you get older, these things will get worse. So stay on top of that. Now, real quick, my brother Spoon in the Sunshine Homestead, right on. Yes. Just today, let me see if I can pull up this screen here. And I want you to check this out. I want you to go over there and check this out. Okay, yeah, here it is. I want you to check this out because they were talking about this today. So let me open up this other screen here, and so you can see this here at this stream. Okay, so this is what I want you to see here. This is on YouTube, and it's the veterans thing on YouTube. Just today. Now, if you look at the bottom of this here, where it says Secretary's press conference this Thursday, March the 2nd. Okay. Dang, what was supposed to happen today? I gotta check my calendar. I knew something was supposed to happen today. Okay, but listen to this article. Go and play this on the YouTube. It gets kind of boring, but they address that. And what they're addressing too, also as well, is people of color, specifically Black people, have not been given the full 411 on what's going on and how to go about filing for that PAC Act. Okay, and that's very important. So I want you to check out this conference. I just listened to this today. I should have recorded it, and I apologize. Well, I probably can go back and download it and put it in my thing here, and we'll go over it again because I'll come back up in a couple more days. But I want you to check that out. That article, and they were talking about this, and they were talking about the discrimination practices that's been going on with the VA for years, and this is very true. I think I fell into this part where they had a study at Yale University of how people of color since World War II coming out were not fully access to their GI Bill, and not fully informed of the information such as what you're asking, brother. And that's a very good question. Yeah, and so I want you to check that out. Look at the VA conference today, and while you're doing something else, just put it on, just so you can hear it. But you will get that answer, some of the answers there, because they are encouraging, especially because I'm 59. All right, that's the gray beard. Younger brothers and sisters that are out there who have been exposed to any chemicals products like the PAC ACT. They are encouraging you to get up and go and get that signed up. Also, at the VA, if you are using the VA as a healthcare, they will ask you these questions on your screening when you come in. When you come in, they'll ask you these PAC ACT questions. These are mandatory now. Okay, pardon me. But get in there and like I said, I don't have the answer to everything, but I'm postly putting some breadcrumbs on the ground for you so you can go there. But you guys are doing great, man, and I'm so proud of you guys for the questions, and Brian Turner for getting your graduation. It's so good. And yeah, go and get that done. And you guys turn around and come back. I'm a couple days. I'm gonna have one with you guys to come in here, and I want you guys to tell me your experiences. And if I sent you somewhere or told you something and then it wasn't what it is. Please get back with me and get me squared away. The reason why I say this is because, like I tell everybody, everybody's journey is different when you're dealing with the VA. All right. So I tell everybody your journey is different. We all experience different things. So I don't want to seem like, things are working perfectly for me and that's just how it is. I'm gonna let you know my losses. I'm gonna let you know my wins. I'm gonna let you how long it took me. See, like it took me 30 years just to get my 100%. I met another soldier. She was suffering from neuropathy, and she got 100%. And she's younger than me and got it in less than a year. So, yeah, you guys, do that. Any tips on? Let me get my man up here. Any tips on finding medical records that are nowhere to be found? And it keeps holding on to my claims. I have a Nexus letter. Buddy, late statement, and it's still no avail. Okay, yeah, okay, so, and this is kind of like what I'm talking about here. And I went on to the va.gov, and I tried their little archives thing. I haven't had no luck with that yet. I tell you what I'm gonna do. You send me on a mission now, so I'm gonna try to rap to a couple of people and get that answer for you. But yeah, I hear you on that because, and this is what I say, because I was in the Army in the 80s, right? And I got out in the 90s. I was in before they had right when I was getting out, they had the CD-ROM. And you're right, we're going to have to get you squared away on that because we had the CD-ROM and I was able to put that into the computer and I was able to print it out. And I took it to my doctors because they thought I was playing up here with my mental health issues. So I would say, you know what? That's a great question for me because I tried going to the va.gov, but I really didn't push the point that hard. I just said, well, I had a box of some of my stuff in here as well. And you're right. Because even with reserves, paperwork and all that, I'm still trying to see about how to get that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to try something buck wild, and I'm going to go to the recruiting station, and I'm going to ask the recruiters over there, since they always try to be on top of the game and knowing stuff and finding things. And so I think I'm going to try this, guys. I'm not saying it's going to work, but when I get questions like this, I try to throw the feelers out everywhere. And I'm going to try to talk to other veterans and ask them, well, same as me, I'm 57 and was a Ranger in third grade. Hey, right on. Congratulations, my brother. And salute to you Rangers out there. Much props, much respect, much respect, much respect. Yeah. So with that, let me see, remind me later. Sorry. Yeah. And so that is a great question because before CD-ROM came out, I think they had it on microfiche or something like that. And I don't even know if they transfer, but they have to have some kind of records, and I'm sure somewhere. And you got me very curious about that, and that was a question that was on my mind a couple of days ago. And I will get on that. I promise you, Spoon in the Sunshine Homestead. I promise you, I'll get on top of that. And hopefully we'll have an answer for you before, well, tomorrow's Friday. So you know what? I think I'm gonna come on tomorrow too. And I'll put some of my feelers out. I'm still unpacking over here and trying to get my studio together. But there's some great questions you guys are asking because and that's why I say I'm gonna just give you mine, and please go. You can chop it up in your brain and say I want to try that. What did it say? Eat the meat, spit out the bones. But let me know if anything I told you. Let me know your outcome on that. And the reason why I say this as well, look, I'm not talking about a specific person, but I will mention organizations, and just to be fair, all right. So organizations I've been dealing with, such as the DAV and the VA, we already know the VA is not going to be shooting for us. They are actually protecting their pocket as well. If you get a good doctor, great. That's great. That's great. Let me see what it says. Good luck. I hope you find some answers. Yes, I'll do the darnest. Oh, and I have so many pending claims. Oh, right on. Okay. When next time I get Vanessa Kitty up here, I'm hoping to get her. She's a seasoned vet as well. And I think she's Air Force though, but she gives out some heck of good information you got in the 90s as well. Right on, my brother. And yeah, so I know your pain. Believe me, and if you got a lot of claims in the pocket there too, keep track of those claims. Let me see here. My wife is only in for a couple of years and she's got 90%. Yeah, see, and you could be in doing your thing, and for some reason, they're dragging ass on that. Pardon my vernacular, but they're dragging ass on that, and I think it's it's really screwed up. And I tell you, I went for over 30 years. Okay, so let me get back focused here. And the reason why I say this is because I told people, go and check out the DAV. It's free. Go check out the VFW. It's free. Wait a minute. Let me tell you about free stuff. People who are not getting paid to give you free stuff, some of them will drag their feet on trying to give you free stuff. And that's just information, I think, which is stupid. You should be giving that information anyway. And that's the one thing on this video here. They talk about that too, about people of color not getting the full information. All right. Now I have to keep it 100%. I mean, I love all my people. I don't care I don't care what color, race you are. I'm just allergic to stupid. That's all. And sometimes I get breakout highs. I'm allergic to my own stupidity and stuff. But yeah, this is true, brother. Some people will get it faster, and I just look at that and it blows my mind, and you're dealing with the same thing. And so just keep track of the claims and make sure if you get the claim that gets you where you want to be, like what they told me, like now I'm at 100. Now, if I'm at 100 and other stuff is coming in, I'll try to stop that other stuff because I don't want to keep getting evaluated for the same thing. I did that too. I had, claim after claim after claim. And the one that hurt me the most is one I did by myself. And that one came back to haunt me. So I watch out for that. And like I say, okay, so the DAV, you heard this. Let me play it on you again. I mean, this is not even playing it for you. This is dialing the number. Okay, so this is dialing up the VA, right? And so when I call these knuckleheads, this is constant. This is constant. This is what you hear all the time.
Hello. You have reached the Seattle DAV National Service Office. Our hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, and 8 a.m. to 11:30 on Thursdays. Our hours are by appointment only. We are closed on all federal holidays. If you have reached this message during normal business hours, we are assisting other clients. Please try again later, or you can email us at dav.
And it hangs up on you. Okay, come on. All right.
That's Delta Alpha Victor.
Yeah. Okay. So you get this whole message, and and I keep dialing. And then I think you have to really be up early in the morning, almost like going to the DAV or something. I mean, going to the DMV. You got to get there early or get an appointment, right? So and that's why I say it's different. So I want you to do, brothers, especially Spoon in the Sunshine. I'm saying, yeah, great questions, and keep asking those questions and stay pinpointed on it, because something will eventually crack. Honestly, I almost gave up, but I don't want you to give up either, because like I say, some of these things that you see And with the free people, see if you can find a free person that knows a person who's good. Maybe they might have a friendship with that person, and that person go, yeah, right. Like I told another brother, he retired from the Navy, and he's in the 70s, 75, and he's at 80% or 90%, and he's trying to get to 100. I said, well, wait a minute. Did you plan on working? He's like, no. I said, you're getting Social Security? He's like, yes. I said, okay, you're getting Social Security. You don't plan on working. Go and say you want to be filed as individual unemployable. All right. IU. Now that means that you can get everything, all the benefits of 100% and the pay. All right. So, that's the route to go. Now in our case, Spoon and Sunshine, our case, yeah. I'm going to look, you know what? And I'm gonna go to the work source and ask work source that same question. You might get some love there as well, because those guys, I don't know, here in Washington, work resource for veterans, they work hard for you. They the one who helped me get to my 100%, not the DAV, the Work Resource Center. And I forget my beautiful lady's name; she's retired, but when you go in there, most of those people are going to have help for you. I know some veterans who needed help with their rent, a one-time shot, and WorkSource was able to file paperwork for them and pay for that bill for that month, so they didn't have to worry about it. All right. So that's a good place to check it for that as well. And I got one down the street from me as well. And I'm gonna do that. Check that out. Okay. So yeah. So like I say, even your experiences, look, I had to take some time off, and this is why I want each and every one of you, mentally, spiritually, and physically, take care of yourselves. YouTube is cool, and I miss you guys very much, but I was dealing election seasons coming around for the local politicians, council members, and mayors. All right. And I've been very active with working attending and talking to city council members. The mayor knows me really good. The chief of police knows me really good. And we talk. And I'm concerned about the veterans. And I have to tell this one city that I cannot recommend veterans live into this particular apartment complex until they get their act together, because it was unsafe. So we will talk about that stuff too later, but let's stay focused on you guys' claims here. And that's why I say I want you to be focused on it. I had to write my notes down. You have to keep looking for that right person. There's another chapter over here in Seattle that wants me to come in and see about running for commander. I don't have the time right now, and that's why I want you guys to stay on top of it. Got it. Let me see. I'm gonna read everything you're saying here. My brother, appreciate you. Got it. Got to check into that and see where the Work Resource Center is. Thank you for the great info. You got it, my brother. Anything I have that can help you out, I'm gonna try to do my gosh darnness, and I'm just lead you, because matter of fact, I'll do the same thing. And what I'll do is, matter of fact, somebody told me there's one down the street from me. I just moved over here. So I'll go there and inquire the same questions that you guys, both of you guys who've asked me questions, especially my brother Brian, you got your degree. I'm going to go check in on that too, and ask them, where we should go. And yeah, I'm going to check both of these places, and I'm just going to hit them up and ask them for the info, because some of these cats got the info out there, but it's always like it reminds me of that movie I, Robot with Will Smith, when he had the hologram and the guy says, you have not asked the right question, therefore I cannot answer. And so this one, I have to find a person to keep asking that question for to get the right answer. But I'm gonna work with you on that, my brother, because I want to see, especially you worked Rangers, you worked your butt off, and much respect to you, salute, man, for real. And so we want to make sure that we try to get you the information. And like I said, just get back with me. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have at least once a week. I want everybody to come up and tell me about the information that they were able to get, and maybe they can give it. I appreciate you. Much respect, my brother. And so we can all help each other, because I tell people the reason why I started this channel is because my disabilities hit me, and they hit me so hard, I ended up being homeless for about a month and a half, 2 months, right? Salvation Army, respect to you guys. I held up over there for a minute. And when I started fighting for my benefits, a lot of people weren't supporting me. This is including family members, unfortunately, weren't supporting me, and some of them didn't even have the answers, right? So they didn't have the answers as well. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I had no choice. I had to look into this because I knew I couldn't work with this particular element, and it really needed to be looked into. So and let me give you another one here. And this is why I say things are different. Now, you heard how much I tried to call the DAV. One time I called there and I go, the guy goes, "Oh, you got the highest percentage you can get for a mental illness." I'm like, "What was that?" And it was 90%, right? 70%. And I go, "Really?" So now when I went and like you said, spoons and sunshine, and I got to help you find this information, because if I didn't have that little disc, put it in, printed out the paperwork and showed it to my psychiatrist, then that's when they knew I was for real. And then they turned around and gave me 100% on mental disability, major depression disorder. All right. So, and that kind of what I have, I don't like being around a lot of people. I have Patty J's my best friend, and my mom. I take my mom to jazz concerts, and I take Patty with me sometime as well. But I don't like being around a lot of people, and my thing is do your stuff and get away. So we're going through the emotional support pet to get with that as well. So, and so this is why I say I want you to have this information, because a lot of people of color did not have this information. And the some that do are acting like assholes, and they don't want to give that information to a person so they can live a better life. Right. And I'm like, no, this is crazy, especially like you, my brother, put in all this work, and you're not getting what you are rightfully entitled to have. So stay on top of it. And yeah, the nexus letter with your doctor, and always understand with the VA. Okay. And I say these because look, I've been fighting for over 30 years, and I've been blessed to run into the right people. I've been blessed to have you guys ask me some great questions. And so it kind of keeps me going, and I have to get it going on with that. Suffer frame change. Oh, right on. I hear you, brother. So yeah, okay. So check it out. Okay, stay on top of that. The mental disorder, because that's where I got my 100. I thought it was because of my feet and the mental disorder, but they just straight boom 100. Now, see, my feet, if they would have stayed at 30 for each leg, and then I have my 100. Then that's an SMC, special monthly compensation rate. Check those out too when you ever get an opportunity. I don't want to put too much on everybody's plate, but check that out as well. The special monthly compensation rate, okay, and see if you line up for it. But only if you start affecting your 100%. Now, see, my legs, they came and I had a hearing. I didn't have it. Yeah, I had a hearing for it, and they dropped my legs from 30 to 20 for each foot. So now I have 20 each foot. It won't make me eligible for the special monthly compensation rate, the SMC. Okay. You can look into, hey, Patty J's in the house. What's up, beautiful? Good to see you, baby doll. I hope you're feeling better. My girl's been sick, so I would send her out some prayers and send her out some love. Feel better, girl. Good to always have you here. So I'm gonna give you your best. My friend. Feel better, all right? But yeah, so those are the things. And there's certain how you say it, mathematics are ways that you can make things work how they need to work for you. But and I want you to stay strong, brother. And I promise you, I'm going to get out here and look for this. Okay. Now the politics, the politics. Okay. Now dig. I go to a lot of city council meetings. Like I said, I know the mayor, and most of them like me because they don't like me because I bring questions that need legit answers, just like the ones you guys are bringing me right now. These are questions, and like you said, Spoons and Sunshine, I need to know how to get a hold of my archive records, these ones that before 90. I need to know how to get a hold of those. And I would tell you, I got a box sitting right here in front of me, about that tall. And it's with the paperwork that I was given when I left the military back in the 80s. Now, everybody doesn't do like me. I can always be considered hoarding, but I'm not hoarding, okay? I'm not hoarding, okay? I am. Let me see. I got to put you guys over here. I see who's in here. I am slipping like a bad transmission in here. I apologize, guys. Let me get my act together here. But yeah, it's not really hoarding, but it's actually they say after 7 years to get rid of your old tax records. I still have things from 2010, right? And that's kind of crazy, but You never know, but you're right. That's a spoon in the sunshine. You are so right about that. And I'm going to get on that because that is a great question to know. And I would like to know that too, because when it comes to awards, if I don't have that certificate on my wall, and some of it's not on my DD 214, because when I went to the reserves, I got more rewards. So how do I get a hold of those? I got to figure that out too. And I thank you for that question. And yeah, you guys are making the wheels. You guys are great, man. You guys making the brothers' wheels turn here. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, because you're asking the serious, dope questions that need to be answered. And okay, so like I say, with politics, all right. And this is why I say not right now because interest rates are way high. But if you don't own a home and you have an opportunity to get in a home, stack up that money that you can. Okay, I'm not my financial advisor at all. I'm just giving you from my take. Okay, and they say everybody is everybody advices. Everybody has what do they say? Opinions, and most of them stink, right? So, but I say this because when I was having this apartment problem at this complex, and the regional manager wouldn't take care of it, the mayor in your town knows who the big operators are in your town. They know who's putting up a Macy's or putting up a shopping mall. The mayor and the city council members know these people. Now they're going to act like they don't, but they're probably out golfing or having drinks with the dude and telling them, what's up. Now I'm going to give you some real funny, fun facts. My fraternity brother calls me today. I haven't talked to him in years. And he has my number. My number has been the same for years, but he calls me. And he had me laughing. We were talking, and one of the city council members is his nephew, right? Our cousin, like. So, you can't get crazier than that. But what I'd say is just like what you're doing with taking care of your health, okay? You're going to have to go through it. Who's going to help you? How can you get that help? You're going to have to stay strong enough to fight for that help. And I know Patty and Spoons and Sunshine can agree. Getting older is not for the feeble-minded. You better have some strength to rock with this, because I got neuropathy, I got diabetes, I got major depression disorder, I got arthritis creeping up on me because I have nerve damage. And one of the things I told the DAB lady when they was VA, when they were sitting here having me through this trial, and I know they got mad, but I said, you know what, if I lose, this is what I have to say. And I told them, yeah, you guys will give me back pay when I file the claim, but you don't know, you're not paying me for the pain and suffering. So the 30 years that I had to go through all this crap here, trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with me, I'm suffering. But when you get your back pay, that's back pay. You're not getting paid for the pain and suffering. What they would normally do in a normal court. We're going to pay you your back pay, and then we have to calculate pain and suffering, but not the VA. Okay. So that's why I say you guys watch out for that stuff and stay strong on your fight, and keep looking up. And we're going to get back together. And I want you guys to get with me and let me know, a Seattle Black veteran. My name is David. You can call me Seattle Black veteran. That information you gave me didn't wash out, or they kind of knew, but they didn't know, or they referred you to go to somewhere else. We're going to work on it together, and we're going to get it chopping on here. Another person asked me, I haven't been checking none of my stuff. I have to apologize, guys. I haven't been on since November, I think, last year. That's the bull crap I've been going through with getting into this apartment complex, right? And I've been having all my stuff boxed up behind me in totes and everything. And so that's why I want you to get your own place. Because you can, especially if you get your 100%, get your tax write-off. Some of the states now, like Florida and Texas, they'll do 100%, but I don't feel like moving to Florida or Texas, right? Because Texas now, hey, bless you guys' hearts who's down in Texas. It's been like 80 degrees. They said it's been hot down there for them. That's a nice summer up here in Washington, the Seattle side anyway. But you guys been getting, believe it or not, somebody got snow down there and hail down in Southern California. I know you guys been keeping track of that. So if it's 80 degrees now in Houston right now these days, in Port Arthur as well. Imagine what it's going to be like this summer. So they are looking maybe to get a heat wave coming this summer. So this is one of the things too, and when you move to whatever state, look at the politics. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Look at the politics, and it's going to tell you whether you want to live in that particular state or not. And I will tell you, look, these politicians, they get slick when it comes time for them wanting to be voted back in. And the thing is, if you're in your town, check out the budget committee as well. Go to the budget committee, you'll find out where they're spending the money. All right. And then any local VA or DAV VFWs in your place and you decide to join, understand this as well. Even though you joined them, I'm a lifetime member of the DAV, but they did a couple things to me dirty and I didn't appreciate it. So I say, you know what? I'm going somewhere else and I'm not going to be putting up with this here. Now, see, my thing is when you mess with my money, we got a problem. I will do that, brother. Oh, well, stay in touch. I'm determined to get there. As far as the weather here is in Alabama, it's 81 forecast for tomorrow. Is that nice weather for Alabama? Because I know you guys down there 81. Is that the is it humid down there in Alabama? Because who I know in Alabama, as I was stationed in Louisiana over at Fort Polk. I'm telling you, that was a bear out that way. Yeah, it sounds like it's nice weather. And you're down south, so you probably got some good property prices down there as well. Up here, I'll give you the real 411. Renting this place that I have now, it's a 2-bedroom. It's nice. I got let me see. I'll show you this real quick. Let me cover this up here. It's nice, but up here, oh my God! Look at paying for this 1-bedroom. I'm paying about what? Let me get this right here. It would be $2,100 a month. All right. Thank God, I got the help with that. Outdoors with Big Matt. What's up, brother? Man, I haven't been over. You guys, if you wanted to listen to some good brother talking about some good outdoor cooking up some good food, hit this brother up out there with Big Matt. Let's give this brother some props. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you here. I'm just running my gums here about. Okay, so this is the. One of the reasons I moved over here too, because I get to look at this from my bedroom window. That's Mount Rainier over here, and anywhere in Western Washington, you can see Mount Rainier. So that's one of the reasons I moved over here. And the thievery was not as bad as a place that I was where last a couple months ago. So yeah, but we're still fighting, and I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so this is what happened. Now, I want you to understand this, and if any of you brothers decide to get involved, or your sisters get involved in the VFW, the DAV, understand there's a politicking that goes on in there. One of the things I was happy when I first got there, they're like, hey, we're going to send you to this training. You want to go? I'm like, oh, cool, right on, send me. So we get all the way up to Bellingham, which is a little bit not far from Canada, Vancouver, Canada on the West Coast. Get up there, they didn't have my room. I had to pay for the room out of my pocket. Then when I asked for a reimbursement, they kept they kept telling me, oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. When you holding on to $700 of my cash, there's no room for, oh, I forgot. It's about giving my goddamn money back, right? So it took them all this time to get my money back, and I'm in the middle of moving. Now, when you move, it costs a little grip to move. So, box your stuff up, have them pick up your stuff and tow it, totes left and right. What I did, and I don't recommend this, but what I did was go to the Home Depot. I got a couple of my Latino brothers. They was on point. They got up in here. I said, look, $100 up, $100 down, $100 down, but $100 up. You get it down and then you put it up. And we were on point, got it done, knocked out in about 3 or 4 hours versus where I went to this one company. They took their sweet ass time. My stuff was already boxed up and they still charged me a guap of money. I said, you guys lost your mind with that. Not humid right now, but pollen is, yeah, I bet, brother. 21 for an apartment. No, brother, we don't pay. Well, that's for 500 square for 5,000 square feet. I hear you, dog. And the thing what they're doing now is they're trying to do like downtown Seattle or any other place. They're trying to build up. And yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And so I'm like, okay, but I get a little peace of mind with it. I hear what you're saying, because for that much money, I could be paying for a mortgage. You feel me? And I'm like, okay. Watch that. I know Outdoor Big Man. He's a good brother, man. And salute to that brother. Salute to you guys. That brother's good. I haven't been on in a while. Him with the goddamn bacon. I got to catch up with my brother too. He's in Western Washington somewhere. But yeah, so I wanted to drop that on you. And always, guys, look here. And I strongly suggest it from an OG's point perspective, and you guys can contest to this. You got to take time out, get your brain together. When you go with these organizations, especially if they're DAV or any other VFW, they send you to the training. You make sure that you're getting paid for that. They're paying for that training, and you make sure you ask them if they're going to be paying for your mileage back and forth, and there's a food per diem. All right, you want to know this because look. This particular chapter was sitting here talking about how can they get new people, and I'm sitting here watching them dog me, and I'm like, I know you don't expect me to tell nobody to come up to this chapter. I told the commander the same way. Now, see, this is why I say dealing with DAV, you got to find a person who's motivated, who's like, this is what I do. This is what's gonna happen. And you have the people who's going to help you. Hopefully they're near, and if they're not near, keep their phone number or keep their webpage or whatever. Make sure you hang on to that. But we are definitely going to jump on that, Spoons in the Sunshine Homestead. We're going to definitely jump on that because I would like to know the answer to that as well. How to get a hold of my old records, my old DAV, my military records, because I think that's very important. And obviously too about reserves. If you ever served the reserves, I want to know, what happened to that paperwork as well. Because what's interesting is I was a drill sergeant, and I went into the reserves going as a drill sergeant. But when I got when I got out of there, I didn't see a lot of my awards on there. And one thing I didn't do, and we always notice, so if you know anybody else who's active duty, they need to be in touch with the administration records people, and they need to be checking on their records when they get an opportunity to, prior to getting out. So that's a great question, and we need to let our brothers and sisters know who's still in the military get on these websites and start looking at these OGs who's been out for a while, OGCs and OGs. To see and ask them what's going on. How are they taking care of what's going on? And I let them know anytime you go to the medic, you make sure you have a journal in your own personal files, and you write that stuff down. In today's world, it's more easier for these guys because computers are in full effect. Back when we were in, they were not. And you don't even talk about a cell phone. You had an instant camera maybe. Yeah. So I want you guys to be on top of that. And I just wanted to explain to you a lot of what's been going on and the politics of things. And sometimes you have to take a mental break and cut out some of the stuff because I was on YouTube. I was working with seniors, working with the youth, young adults, having conversations with them. And also I was working with the trying to help out the seniors to live a better life. And all those politics can wear on you. So be safe and be careful and understand and, edify your mind with stuff that's going to be, uplifting. I mean, pick and choose what you do. If you're a trained politician and that's what you like, go for it. If you're not, be watchful of it because I'm getting opportunities back opening up for me to go and be heading up some organizations, chapters, but I'm not ready yet. I got all my stuff behind me. I'm trying to do my music. Oh, got to tell you guys this real quick too, as well. GI Bill, Chapter 31, two different things, but they both are headed in the same direction to get you your education or get you into the job. All right. And I think Brian asked this earlier as well. If you still, if you have got a rate increase within the year, you can still, or I would say this anyway, call the VNRE chapter that's in your area. Vocation, they change it now, but it's VNRE, Vocational Rehab and Employment. They change it, same acronym, but different wording. But check that out. Give them a call. They'll tell you, they'll send you a sheet taxing you, to fill it out, see if you're eligible, or you can just call them and ask them a question, about your education. Now, once you understand this, I'm going to be hopefully going back to school here soon. Now, these are the issues that I'm looking at. Now, I want you guys to be aware so you don't have these issues, okay? So I'm PTIU, individual unemployable. If I go back to school, it's going to take the IU away from me. So if it takes the IU away from me, will that affect my 100%? That's the question. All right. Now, if it affects my 100% just for me to go to school, I better have a heck of a program on the other side of that, because right now at 100%, when we talk about it 100%, you know what we're talking about here? We're talking about money. All right. And I mean this on both sides of the fence when I mean money. I mean it as far as your health care, and as far as your living, because healthcare, I don't care who you are, no matter how old you get, you're going to be needing some dental work. And if you're like me with all these other ailments, you're going to be needing medications, right? You're going to be needing doctor visit. You're going to be needing glasses, especially if you're diabetic like I am. Okay. So glasses cost money. Dental work. I have 3 crowns. 3 crowns at $1,500 a pop. No, I wouldn't be able to swing that. I'll be probably toothless. No, I have a front grill, but I don't think the back will be choppers won't be working well. But we got that, in which I'm very thankful for. I mean, I'm entitled to it, but I'm thankful for it. But the thing is, I want you to be aware of your health, and this is why we want to get you to that 100. If like my brother Spoons in Sunshine Homestead, his wife is at 90, so she can be clocking free medication, free medical visits. But remember, when we work in with the VA, make sure you report your stuff correctly to them. If they're telling you, like, I'll give you my example. I have one of my toenails is discolored because of this neuropathy, but I didn't tell them that. So they didn't write it down. They didn't put it down nowhere. So when we went to go fight for this with the VA, they couldn't find it nowhere. So they're like, no, we're not giving this to you. So that's why I say pay attention. And if you have these issues, that you are on top of these issues. So when you see your doctor, and if you got your own doctor, work on that nexus letter, get them to go back as far as possible as they can with looking into what your medical condition was at that time and how it has changed to now. And that will work even better. Okay. So when you go and do that, just be cognizant of these things here, and pay attention, like this website I was showing you that I was putting up here. Please go and check out. And that is the did I shrink those guys down? I think I did. That is the here we go, the VA secretaries page. And they had a conference. I mean, they had a talk just today. And let me see on here. So please check out this one here, the Secretary's press conference for today, which is Thursday, March the 2nd. And just listen to that podcast there. He was on live earlier, and he was getting answers. He was getting asked the hardball questions, and they were like, hey, for real though, they said one of my Caucasian brothers was saying there has been a lot of racial disparity for people of color. What's going on and how we're going to get this fixed? Then they talked about the PAC ACT because with the PAC ACT coming into effect, to me, it's like rushing water down a funnel. You got a bottleneck there, and I know that they're running into some hiccups. I don't know exactly what they are because I'm gonna go back and listen to this podcast again myself because I want to make sure I try to give you guys the best information that I'm aware of. And your feedback is very well accepted here. If it's not working, if you found a better way, Vanessa Kitty comes on and she tells me a lot of things that I'm not aware of. And I'm glad I have her as my wing woman because she's able to say, I went through this. Her significant other is going through these issues. I think has these issues as well. But and we always say, find and talk with the people who you think can get you closer to your answer. And like I say, when you figure it out, or if you haven't, or whatever I told you, and you go, and please come back and tell me how they treat you. Were they able to be helpful to you? Were they able to point you in a better, a more defined direction to get your answer? Because my mission is to make sure that if anything that I have in this little brains kind of wooden, when you say this little wooden skull here, I want to make sure I can give it to you because I don't want to see you suffering out there, and you don't deserve to suffer. So, and today's technology, you just tune in. Now you're going to get charged. I asked a guy, a gentleman, he's a good friend of my dad. He's retired from the Navy, my stepfather. And he was telling me, he was at that 90% too. And he wouldn't pay an attorney to get him to that 90%. I'm like, whoa, I don't know. I never thought about that, paying somebody, but if that's what it takes to get you to where you want to go. But also, now watch this. Since the PAC Act's coming up, attorneys are popping up all over the place. Camp Lejeune as well. Hi, if you've been exposed to Camp Lejeune, all right. So with all that stuff is what we need to find out, and I call them the variables. What are all these variables that I need to make sure I have right? In order for us to make the calculation that this is going to run correctly, I need to look at the most variables in it. What is it that's going to get my percentage up? And I will tell you honestly, no joke. I'm watching a YouTube, and this gentleman's telling this lady, he says, look, if you are suffering from 30% on each leg, and you have a mental disorder, you may be eligible to get 100%. With that knowledge, I just called up the DAV. They weren't like they are now. I was able to get a hold of somebody. I called them up, and then this clown says, well, what do you want us to do? You want to file for I would say permanent total disability, or do you want permanent total IE, individual unemployable? Now, me being not knowledgeable back then, I wanted my 100%. So they shot me at a 100% individual unemployable. Now, for me, I tell everybody, if you can get 100% without getting an IU, go get the 100%. Do not go for the IU if you don't need it. Now, in this one brother's case, he's over 70. He's retired. He's getting Social Security. Okay, see, now when you get the IU, that means that you can't work or you can't go to school. If you do, there's only so much you can do and so much you can get paid, but you got to look into that very closely. All right. Don't go and talk about I got bad legs, my bad feet. I was jumping out of airplanes, but now you're at a job security and you are standing on your feet all day. It contradicts your terms, so it can get you in trouble like that. So be cognizant of that. But if you are 100% and you got IU, and this is why I need to check for. Oh, good looking, huh? Yeah, what's going on? What's up? Welcome, my brother. Veteran, hi, Peter in the North here. Adult film star retired. Oh, right on, brother. Peter stream tonight and things. Okay, I guess this guy here. If you're going to a stream, I don't know. These guys. Okay, let's get that down out of here. All right. We get everybody. It's all good. All right. Yeah. You talk to me yet? Yeah. You were too funny, brother. Too funny. Right on. All right. All right. He threw me totally off. That's the last thing I expected. But I've been getting a wonderful day of unexpected things. But it's been cool. But yeah. So what I want you to be cognizant is of. Okay. So now. Oh, and I got to tell you this too. So. If you can get 100%, get 100% and try not to go IU. IU will stop you from working, going to school. If you're over 70, 75, whatever, you're retired, got your Social Security, and you're at 90, and you can find yourself eligible for individual unemployable, go and look into that. Okay. And like I say, you got to find good sources. It's going to tell you the right thing and how to maneuver that and make it work. Okay. This is nothing I'm telling you is illegal. I'm telling you what it is. Okay. So look into that as well. Now, peek this though. Now, back in the day, the GI Bill was getting took left and right. Boom, 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 boom. The problem they had with is some of the colleges that were taking some of these GI Bills would put a person in a class like underwater basket weaving. And when you get out, there's no job for you. Right. So look at Hunky, you were funny, brother. Funny, all right. And so they want to have a job for you. So they started scrutinizing where they took it out of the hand of your local agencies and started having to process the GI Bill through the Washington, D.C., through the big guys. All right. Now they're having a problem with the Chapter 31. Now you understand every time you get a rate increase, you are eligible for Chapter 31. Check out some of my previous videos. We were talking about that. I got to start doing these shorts and let you guys know what's up. But yeah, you can apply for that on the Chapter 31. But now I think what is happening is that people are abusing that Chapter 31. Like, for example, I'm not saying that these particular people are. I was applying to go to this specific school. They asked, well, if you're a veteran, did you have the Chapter 31? Because that's the only thing they will take. They will not take the GI Bill, right? And so I think that's going along with some of these other things too, is that some people are quick to get this money because now the pandemic is over and they have been suffering from not having all this money. This is why you see more bands and everybody's touring a lot. They're trying to get out there and get that money. And some of them are, they're selling their own CDs and records and stuff. At their own places, out of their own cars, or what I call out of their cars. I say MC Hammer effect there. Hey, welcome, Master G World. How you doing, brother? Welcome. Did you know anything about the burn pits? And there are several conditions and claims tied to it. Do you know if there's some? You know of some of them? Okay, this just a Master G. I'm gonna show you just like I was showing. I want you to look at this conference today, and I'm gonna put it up here now. Let's see. Here we go. Let me get you down here. I want you to check this one out. And I just tuned in today, and you guys are actually all the points out because I was listening to this earlier, but here it is. Okay, so let me just take my picture off of here. I want you to see this. Okay, so this is a Secretary press conference today. It was, and you see Thursday, March the 2nd. I want you to go in on the YouTube, and I want you to look up that particular briefing they had today. They have this today with the VA Secretary. And they were asking them some pointed questions. They were asking them as far as a lot of people of color were not getting introduced to this information. How do they get this information out? They pinpoint more about it. I would say go there because that's going to be one of my reference points. And you will see a lot of people commenting after this particular. You'll see a lot of YouTubers, and much respect to all the YouTubers out there, especially fighting for veterans. Salute to you. Appreciate you. Give me your props right now. So I would say check that out. Check out that website. And I want you to do me a favor too, Master G World. If you check it out, I'm going to come back up hopefully tomorrow, if not Saturday. And I want you guys feedback. I want your feedback on that. And let me know if that conference was any way helpful for you. Another thing I'm telling everybody too, is check at your local work resources and see if you can get information from them as well. Ask them, did they have any information concerning the PAC Act? And, and then the other thing is filing claims. Find you somebody reliable who does this. Like I was telling people to go to the DAV to get this information. But like I say, it's one thing that kind of falls true is people who have free information sometimes don't give you nothing because they want to get paid for it. And I don't blame them, because it's one thing I want you guys and ladies and gentlemen to understand. When people are paying for your time, they are more pinpointing about what they want from you. When people are not paying for your time, some people will tell you things. I mean, look, this is real talk. And I'm not saying there's nobody here. Not at all. I've had people come up in my page in the past and ask me, how I can get to go about this. I told them this is what I went and this is how I went about it. But for some reason, they think that I am falsifying or perpetrating fraud. I said, no, I don't got time to play like that, especially with the government. I ain't got time to play. PPP loans, Social Security, what was it? Employment claim stuff. No, you don't got time to play. Get your money. Do it right though. If you don't want to get caught up, do it how you do it. But some people like myself, I'm gonna give it to you free. I'm almost 60 now. And for me, just to take this to the grave with me, it's just stupid. If I can help any of you out here, that's the mission. And so we're going to become growing as a community where we work together with getting this information. Now, some of you will probably become more efficient than what I am, and bless your souls, I hope you do. And if you go on and say you want to charge, that is your business. I wish you power. I don't knock anybody who wants to charge. I don't find it in my wheelhouse. as of this time to be doing something like that. Now, if I got to do a one-on-one confrontation, that's about way up the road. And I'm not even thinking about that right now. What I want to get you, I want to get each and every one of you to the point to where you are getting your money. You are getting your benefits. You feel me? We got to get that taken care of. All right. And so we'll keep fighting and we'll keep asking each other the questions, because between us all, we're going to get the answer together. What did they say? Plan together, grow together. We make big things together. And the more I see you guys coming up and doing your thing, the more it makes me happy. And I want you to understand that, you go out there and you get the information. And if it's not 100% what I say, please come on here and say, hey, stay out of OG. You kind of messed me up a little bit, brother. But this is why I want to prevent you from messing up. Like I say, don't go file a claim by yourself. Know the ins and outs of it. And understand, every time you file a claim, you are going to get looked at your current claims that you have now. So when you file claims, you take a chance of getting some claims taken away from you, right? So like when I went for my SMC, pardon me, I know it's a problem, but hold on one second. I'm not right. I should let's have one beer, right? But you take a chance with getting some of your disabilities taken away. So my prime example, I filed for my feet. I was getting 30, 30, 30, 30. And then they went in and said, no, we think your feet are getting better. I'm like, how are they getting better? They're getting worse. They said, well, until you can prove they're getting worse, then you're not getting this money. All right. But since it was separate from my 100%, that SMC did not affect my 100%. So I can file for that. Now, if I got 100% and this wasn't about an SMC, but I'd say, you know what? Something else is wrong with me. I can't get no more than 100%. So we don't want to go and file whatever it is. You're already getting 100% taken care of, medical aid, dental, vision. You already got that if you buy your one-stop shop VA. I call it the one-stop because they got everything there, your psychiatric, all your medications and everything. So if you get to that point, just stay at that point and just go get your stuff worked on. You can report it to your doctor, and since you're at 100%, they'll keep working on you. At 90%, you can still get a lot of these things too. My brother, Spoons in the Sunshine. Yeah, if your wife is at 90, yeah, she gets her 100. I wish her more power to that, and hopefully can still keep it going. If she's not working and she's talking about retirement or whatever, you can look at the PTIU, permanent total individual unemployable, or just the IU. So look into that as well. You don't need to look into that. I don't want you going IU. I think you can probably still get out there and do your thing until you get your 100, and then once you go for Social Security. Now, just because you get 100 doesn't mean you'll get Social Security. But I want you to find somebody. Like I found this person at Work Resources in another town, and I got to make sure I stay in touch with him, because I need somebody who knows the ins and outs and how that works. And I will keep you guys 100% abreast of that, because once you get to 100%, I want you to know this too. If you're at 100%, you can still file for a pension. Dig? I'm checking. You dig? Understand this? Oh, you out of here, Patty J, my baby girl. I'm in everyone. All right, Patty J. Thanks for stopping in. I'll give you a call when I get off of here. But okay, check it. Okay, so when you get to the 100%, you can file for your Social Security insurance or Social Security disability insurance. All right, and we want to make sure we get you somebody. I'm gonna let you guys know how it's going here. I haven't talked to my man, because this is the deal. I sent him an email when I got it, and then holy schmoly! Oh man, tell me it wasn't today. Hold on. No. Make sure I'm on point here. Okay, hold on. I said something was supposed to happen on the 2nd of March, and I couldn't figure it out. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah, this is the deal. So I got a meeting, a phone call. So what they did up here in Washington State said, we're going to set you up with a phone interview. And that's on the 13th of this month. So I'm way off here. I'm good. So I'm going to let you guys know how that went. Then I haven't talked to my guy. Well, I just sent him an email about a month or two ago. Well, actually since November is the last time I sent him an email. And so I'm going to hit him up again with the hopes that he's still able to be reached. And if not, I have to go to Social Security. I have to go to Work Resource and see if they have somebody there that can help me with understanding. But once you get to that 100%, if you want to work, like I say, go for permanent total, but don't go for IU. IU will slow you up from school and it slow you up from work. Now, if you're planning on retiring, you can go for the PTIU, permanent total individual unemployable, and you can still be good and taken care of. Okay. But I need you to be aware of that and understand every time you file a claim, they're going to look at your current disabilities. Now, I'm going to tell you how wild it is. They'll look at your current disabilities and they will ask you how those things are going. And they want to know if they're getting better or if they're getting worse. Right. They asked me, we took all your medications away, how would you be? I said, no, I won't let you do that. Not at this particular junction. No. I'll be a mess and I don't need that right now. I don't need that stress on me. So if you can get holistic, I wish you the best and let the world know, get it in there. Okay. Getting there. Okay. So let me see. We hit this. And another thing, if you get a rate increase, you can end up going to school, or they can see about getting the job that you have a special skill set in. So that means you're eligible for the Chapter 31. But again, like I say, with the Chapter 31 now, they cannot be processed by your local region, like my Seattle office. They have to go through DC for the Chapter 31. And it is my take on it is that people are abusing this Chapter 31 and just taking people in just so they can get this money, because the pandemic is over and these schools need money. They need you back in the seats. And getting that money. So I think that may be the problem, but that's just me on the outside looking in. But I know this already. I got talked to my VNRE counselor and she was telling me, yeah, this is the deal. But what I want you to look at too, if you want to go back to school, start looking as you are trying to get to your 100% or your next rating increase. Start looking now. Because I want to go to school for audio engineering. Now I got to figure out, and they do it the backwards way, but it's good. They try to say, well, when you get out of the school, what kind of jobs? So they want you to start looking for the jobs that you are maybe going to be eligible for. Now they can send you to school, especially now since it's via internet now. You can go to school pretty much all over the country, in the country, United States. My thing is I'm a hands-on person and I like to put my hands on the mixing boards and all those things. So just start looking into that and start looking at, post 100 or pre 100. Once you get your 100, first thing too, when you get to 100, make your dental appointment. Get with your primary care doctor at the VA and say, could you schedule me for a dental appointment? And that's when you're at 100%. There's 8 different ways. I think I talked about this a while back ago. They can get you dental work. And I'll just tell you another one is if you had dental issues while you were in the military and you still have them when you got out, these will be looked at and taken care of. In order to get the 100, there's certain things that you will be eligible for, but once you get to 100, you'll get it. And we talked about this too, because I always say we're talking about your money, and that is getting your license plate, your tag for your car. So if you got a brand new Mercedes, get the tags for that car, because you don't have to pay the taxes on the car, and you want your most expensive car to have that taxes wiped off from that, and the newer your car is, you're going to be paying more taxes. So if you're getting a brand new truck like I want to get, be just prepared for that. Know that you can get some taxes. Now, if whatever state that you live in, you have to go to, I think it's the comptroller's board or the city council, city hall, and ask them, who do you talk to? I forget who it is. I put it in another previous video about getting tax exemption for your property, how much it is, because here in Washington, you don't get a hotel 100% like you would get in Florida or Texas. Okay. And I'm pretty sure where most of you guys live is way cheaper than living here in Washington. If you live here in Seattle, King County, if you haven't got your house already, you'll be lucky if you get away with paying a minimum of $3 to $4, maybe $500,000 for a 2 or 3 bedroom house, even that, or a condo. Okay, so you got to look at that. And another thing to look at too is looking at Okay, so we're talking about taxes on that, knowing how much taxes you can get off from that. Also, once you get to your 100%, go and what it is, you'll need your DD 214 and a letter saying that you are at your 100%. And what it is, I think they want to know, they'll print out the one that will put your pay on there as well. All right, it'll put your pay on there and put your 100%, and you can get that to va.gov. You can get that sheet. So make sure you sign up if you're already in there. Okay, and once you get to 100, you need the DD 214, copy of that, and that letter saying that you are at 100%, and you take that to the Pass and ID office at the nearest base that you are near, and you'll bring that to them, and they will help get you your. I don't have mine with me right now in my hand. They'll get you your ID card, which will say indefinite. Okay. And we were talking about pensions. You can apply for pension once you're 100%. So you can get Social Security, your disability for 100%, and you get your retirement, your pension. So look that up on va.gov as well. All right. Because what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Okay. Right now, if you're 100% veteran right now, and you get 100%, you will be getting about 44,000, I think 44,000 and some change every year. So that puts you about the medium bracket of living. Depends on where you are. If you're here in Washington, about the medium bracket, but they always keep you out of the, well, you're not being poor, right? And you have some resources to go to. Okay, so we're looking at, let's say this. You're getting about 44,000, which is coming about, we're doing about three. If you look at 100%, it's 3,000 and some change right now, 3,700 a month, I think it is. Okay, then you slap on Social Security. So with my Social Security, if I get it, that's another almost $3,000. So we're getting almost $6,000 tax free a month, right? Now you go get your pension, right? Because you're 100% disabled. And there you go. That's another maybe $200, $300. Okay, now understand this: when you work with Social Security and you get your Social Security disability insurance, you're going to limit your working capacity as well. All right, so you won't be able to work all hard and everything. And then once you look into that, once you file these claims, and that's why we say we want you doing permanent total 100%. We don't want you going permanent total individual unemployable because it's going to limit your money. All right. So if you want to say that I can actually sit at a place and I can do some computer work, but I can't stand on my feet, you can get a job. They'll help you get a job with the VA, the government, which will help stack up on your retirement even more. All right. But once you apply for retirement, then you understand that you're saying, I'm done with that. Okay. And you just get in your money. So if you are knocking on heaven's door like my brother's, Spoons in the Sunshine, and he's going to get this in Homestead, he's going to get this. Pardon me, brother, for slaughtering your name. He's going to get it. And when he gets it, we're going to start looking up the road where we want him. I know we shouldn't be it's not really putting the cart before the horse. It's actually getting these things in perspective before you have to go and get them. So, you'll know, because some people will go, well, let me go file for Social Security. Then you're going to be limited to what you can work. Now, if you got a skill set that can still allow you to work while you're getting your 100%, that's where you want to be. And if you don't want to work, then okay. This has messed me up enough where I probably can go PTIU. Okay. So I want you guys to be aware that I had to stop up for a minute. I am so behind on everything. I'm still unpacking, but I wanted to tell you guys I love you and appreciate you. I really do. And I really want you to take great care of yourself. Let's recap before we get out of here. Please go to the stream and check out the stream. And if you're looking at the burn pits, which you look that up, they also have some other conferences that they talk about on this VA website. Some of it's boring as crap, but the burn pits are being a very, very, very important thing right now. I'm not eligible in my half, probably, but I'm like my brother Spoons into Sunshine Homestead. We have to find our records, and because even back then, being exposed to some things that chemicals, but we had CS gas, riot gas. And that was pretty much about it, from what I can understand. And we weren't really boned up on these issues as well. But I want you guys to take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and get back with me. We're going to check out the work resources. We're going to see with my man who wants to, my Brian, who wants to go for a GS job, we want him to check out work resources and present them with your degree and tell them this is my skill set. Then they should be able to bump you to the front of a line for a lot of things. And I would say I definitely would look into that. And the PACT Act as well, because I'm noticing when I go to my VA appointments, these are questions that they ask you now when you're coming into the doctor's office. These are like a mandatory PACT Act questions, but we have to know specifically what we need to bring to get to that information. We need to make sure we understand. So we're going to go to work resources and kind of find you I won't say like a buddy or a person that you can talk to. I have this one lady, her name is Patricia, and she was in over in Tukwila, Washington, over by South Center. And I used to go in there and rap to her. She was really cool to talk with, and she started pointing me out to these people, pointing me out to that people. She was hooking me up with numbers to give people. I would say this too for anybody who's looking at probably going to lose their home because of a medical illness or because of any situation. If you're a veteran, get a hold of the work resource and get with them. Unfortunately, the VA kind of waits until you're on your knees, until you're pretty much homeless before they get you something. Some say a month before you're going homeless, but you have to get on top of that and watch out and figure out, where it's going to take you to. And the work resource is going to be a good place for us to find out good information. So I'm going to stay on it with you guys here. And like I said, I wish you guys nothing but the best. I love you guys, man. Thanks for showing up and treat me with some love here. And for the rest of you guys, I promise you, I'll be back on here. I've been off for a minute, but yeah, please hit the like and subscribe button and just hit me up and drop me some emails. I'm at the Seattle Black Vet at Gmail. All right. Not veteran, but a Seattle Black Vet at Gmail. And I will do my gosh darnest. I'm going to try to get back on top of this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. With that said, I want to wish everyone, each and every one of you guys, some nothing but love from the Seattle Black Veteran. My name is David. I wish you nothing but the best. All right. Take great care of yourselves. We love you here. Peace, guys.